How love crossed all challenges with time. The unexpected encounter. The air was thick with summer heat as 18-year-old Ethan Mitchell busily packed a cardboard box with his favorite books, old clothes, and mementos from school. His dad, a hardworking man in his mid-50s, had finally remarried after years of solitude following the death of Ethan's mother when he was just a child. His stepmother, Olivia, was a vibrant woman in her early 30s, possessing a warm smile and a patience that breathed life into their new home. Ethan had been apprehensive when he first met Olivia, a woman so different from his mother, but she had quickly won his heart with her kindness and gentle approach. He couldn't help but admire her. Olivia had a radiant beauty, with long chestnut hair that cascaded over her shoulders and emerald green eyes that sparkled with warmth and understanding. However, he pushed those feelings aside, knowing the boundaries that existed between them. "Ethan, can you bring this box to the living room?" Olivia called, interrupting his thoughts. He looked up and caught a glimpse of her, barefoot and wearing a flowing sundress that accentuated her figure. The sight sent a rush of heat through him, and he quickly grabbed the box, determining to keep any distracting thoughts at bay. As he made his way through the hallway, he marveled at how Olivia had transformed the old house into a charming and inviting home. The walls were adorned with pictures of family moments, filled with laughter and joy. But in the corners of his mind, thoughts of Olivia lingered longer than he intended. "Thank you, sweetie," Olivia said, her face lighting up as he set the box down. She was in the middle of organizing the space, her movements graceful and fluid. "I cannot believe how much we have left to unpack. But I promise it'll be worth it when we're settled in." Ethan offered a shy smile, feeling a sense of comfort in her presence. "I can help you with the rest if you'd like." "Oh, that would be wonderful. But you should take a break too. You've been doing a lot," she said, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear, completely unaware of the tumultuous emotions brewing inside him. "Maybe later," Ethan replied, a hint of determination in his voice. He wasn't sure why he felt compelled to stay close to her, but the feeling was undeniable. Throughout the rest of the afternoon, they worked side by side, laughter and casual conversations filling the air. The more they talked, the more Ethan felt a connection that transcended the traditional lines drawn by their relationship. Times, Olivia would catch her breath, admiring his strength as he carried heavy boxes, and he would glance at her, conscious of the warmth radiating between them. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden hue over the room, Ethan felt an overwhelming desire to bridge the gap between them, to confess how he felt. But before he could gather his thoughts, his father entered the room fatigued from work, bringing an end to their moment. "Hey, you too," his dad greeted, ruffling Ethan's hair playfully, oblivious to the bond that had momentarily sparked between them. "How's the unpacking going?" "Almost done, Dad," Ethan replied, trying to rein in his emotions. The presence of his father served as a reminder of the boundaries he so desperately wanted to ignore. As dinner approached, Ethan made excuses to linger in the kitchen, stealing glances at Olivia as she prepared the meal. The way she moved was mesmerizing, and he felt something deeper stirring within him. He wanted nothing more than to hold her, to tell her how he felt, but each time a million reasons held him back. The forbidden attraction. Days turned into weeks, and during their shared moments, the connection between Ethan and Olivia only grew stronger. As each weekend passed, they found themselves engaging in conversations that were both intimate and enlightening. Olivia shared stories about her childhood and aspirations, while Ethan opened up about his hopes for the future, his dreams of college, and navigating the challenges of being a teenager. One rainy afternoon, Olivia was preparing a light lunch while Ethan sat at the kitchen counter, his attention half on his book and half on her. The sound of raindrops against the window created a serene backdrop, and he could hardly focus on the words in front of him. All he could think about was the intoxicating scent of her shampoo and the way her laughter danced in the air. "Ethan," she said suddenly, interrupting his thoughts, "do you think you could help me with something in the garden once we eat? I could use a pair of strong hands." "Of course, I'd love to," Ethan replied, eager to spend more time with her. As they finished lunch, Olivia's vibrant laughter filled the small space, making the room feel even cozier. When they stepped outside, Ethan felt a rush of anticipation. The garden was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape, and he wanted to share that with her. While they worked together, Olivia leaned in close to him, guiding his hands as he pruned the roses. The gentle touch of her fingers against his skin sent shivers down his spine, igniting a longing he didn't quite understand. His heart raced, and he could feel the warmth of her body as they stood in close proximity. "Do you like gardening?" she asked casually, oblivious to the storm of emotions swirling inside him. "I've never really tried," he admitted, his gaze dropping to the ground as he fought against the feelings that threatened to consume him. "Maybe we could do this more often?" "It will be fun," she suggested, her smile brightening the dull afternoon. "Yeah, I'd like that," Ethan replied, trying to keep his voice steady, but the heat in his cheeks betrayed him. As days turned into weeks, the dynamic began shifting and unspoken emotions loomed in the air. There were moments when their hands brushed against each other, moments when their eyes lingered a bit too long. Ethan found himself thinking about her in ways he knew were perilous. He watched her with awe as she laughed with his father, but her gaze often returned to him, and with each passing glance, he felt a pull he couldn't resist. One evening, Ethan returned home from a late study session with friends. The house was quiet, dimly lit by the soft glow of the bedside lamp in his room. He wandered into the living room to find Olivia curled up on the couch, a novel resting on her lap. "Hey, you're back," she greeted, her eyes lighting up as she looked up at him. "Yeah, just finished studying," he replied, trying to sound nonchalant. "Would you like to join me?" she asked, patting the empty space beside her. Ethan's heart raced. He hesitated for a moment before nodding, cautiously taking a seat next to her. He could feel the warmth radiating from her body, and for the first time, he let himself bask in how close they were. As they talked about their day, their shoulders brushed against one another, each touch sending electricity coursing through Ethan's veins. Suddenly, Olivia paused and looked at him intently, her expression shifting. "Ethan, can I be honest with you?" His heart raced. "Of course." "It's just that," she took a deep breath, her eyes searching his. "I feel like there's something between us. Something more than just stepmother and stepson." Ethan's breath hitched and the world around them faded. "I feel it too," he admitted, his voice strained. "But we can't." I know," she interrupted, her voice barely above a whisper. "But what if we explored this feelings a little more?" Ethan's thoughts swirled as he struggled to come to terms with her suggestion. Ethan couldn't believe what he was hearing. His stepmother, Olivia, was suggesting that they explore the feelings that they both had been trying to ignore. He knew it was wrong, but there was something about Olivia that he couldn't resist. As the days passed, Ethan found himself drawn to Olivia more and more. They would have long conversations, late into the night, sharing their hopes and dreams with each other. Olivia was different from any other woman he had ever known. She was kind, caring, and always there for him when he needed her. One day, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Olivia turned to Ethan and said, "I think we should go away for a weekend together. Just the two of us." Ethan's heart raced at the thought of being alone with Olivia. He knew it was a risky move, but he couldn't say no to her. They packed their bags and set off for a secluded cabin in the mountains. The weekend was magical. They hiked through the forests, cooked meals together, and shared stories by the fire. As they lay side by side under the stars, Ethan couldn't deny the attraction he felt towards Olivia. When they returned home, their relationship had changed. They couldn't pretend that they were just stepmother and stepson anymore. They were in love. But their newfound happiness was short-lived. Word got out about their relationship, and soon the entire town was talking. They were faced with harsh judgment and criticism from friends and family. Ethan's father, Olivia's husband, was devastated. When he found out, he couldn't believe that his wife and son had betrayed him in such a way. He demanded that Olivia choose between him and Ethan. Olivia was torn. She loved Ethan with all her heart, but she also loved her husband. She knew that whatever decision she made would break someone's heart. In the end, Olivia decided to leave. She couldn't bear to see Ethan torn apart by the guilt of causing his father pain. She packed her bags and left in the middle of the night, leaving behind a note for Ethan. Ethan was devastated. He felt like he had lost not only his stepmother, but also the love of his life. He couldn't bring himself to tell his father what had happened, so he kept it a secret, carrying the weight of his guilt on his shoulders. Years passed, and Ethan's father passed away. Ethan was left alone, filled with regret for not fighting for Olivia. He couldn't stop thinking about her, wondering where she was, and if she was happy. One day, a letter arrived. It was from Olivia. She had heard about Ethan's father's passing and wanted to reach out to him. She confessed that leaving him was the hardest thing she had ever done, and that she still loved him with all her heart. Ethan's heart raced as he read the words on the page. Without hesitation, he packed his bags and set off to find Olivia. When he finally found her, they embraced, tears streaming down their faces. They knew that the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but they were willing to fight for their love. Together, they faced the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that as long as they had each other, they could overcome anything. As Ethan and Olivia reunited, after Ethan's father's passing, their love blossomed stronger than ever before. They decided to start afresh in a new town, away from the shadows of the past and the judgments of those who couldn't understand the depth of their connection. In their new beginning, Ethan and Olivia found solace in each other's arms, building a life filled with love, understanding, and unwavering support. They embraced each day with gratitude, cherishing the second chance they had been given to be together. Ethan pursued his passion for photography, capturing the beauty of the world through his lens, while Olivia delved into her love for literature, opening a small bookstore that became a haven for book lovers and dreamers alike. As time passed, their bond deepened, weathering life's challenges and celebrating its joys together. They stood by each other through thick and thin, holding on to the promise they had made to never let go of each other again. One day, as Ethan and Olivia sat by the fireplace in their cozy home, reminiscing about their journey and the obstacles they had overcome, Ethan reached into his pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. With a nervous yet hopeful smile, he got down on one knee and asked Olivia to be his partner in life forever and always. Tears of joy streamed down Olivia's face as she accepted his proposal, her heart overflowing with love and gratitude for the man who had stood by her side through it all. They exchanged vows in an intimate ceremony, surrounded by their closest friends and family, sealing their love with promises of loyalty, respect, and unwavering devotion. As they danced under the starlit sky on their wedding night, Ethan whispered in Olivia's ear, "I promise to love you fiercely, to cherish you always, and to be your rock in times of need. With you, I have found my home, my heart, and my soul." And Olivia, gazing into Ethan's eyes, replied, "I vow to stand by your side, to support you in your dreams, and to love you unconditionally now and forever. With you, I have found my true north, my guiding light, and my eternal love." Their love story continued to unfold, a tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the transformative power of love to heal all wounds. Together, Ethan and Olivia embarked on a new chapter of their lives, hand in hand, hearts entwined, and souls intertwined, in a bond that transcended time and space. In the realm of their love, they found a haven of peace, a sanctuary of joy, and a promise of a future filled with endless possibilities, shared dreams, and the eternal promise of a love that would endure through the ages. And as they danced into the night, their laughter mingling with the music of the stars, Ethan and Olivia knew that their love story was not just a fairy tale, but a testament to the enduring power of love to conquer all obstacles and lead two souls on a journey of everlasting happiness and fulfillment. Thank you for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.